Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite movie review podcast. I am your host, Simian Jimmy, joined as always by Erich McCoy.
Come on, maggots, you want to live forever?
And the only...
Apparently not.
The only good Florian is a dead Florian. It's Florian Himzel.
But I'm doing my part. How could I be dead?
Okay.
I trusted you.
Solid start, most energy we've ever had at the beginning of an episode.
Wait. I'm from Izakino, and I say kill them all.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We are here to discuss the Starship Troopers film that was so controversial on Twitter. People can't tell if it's satire and what it is satirizing and all these things. You know what, folks? Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and a cool movie is just a fucking cool movie. Jesus.
Oh no, it is not that simple. Oh no,
guys, I come to you with my hat in my hand. I come to you begging you to accept the bug lord Jesus Christ into your hearts. I think he's coming for all of us. I think that we should accept him before
I can't believe you don't even remember his name
arrives. Guys, the bugs, they're here. We should just roll over and accept them, right?
That is what I was sure you would say.
I don't know. The bugs aren't really here, are they? They're kind of on their own planet, and we're going to them.
They're sending their spore asteroids.
Is that what that is? It's not just weapons to destroy Argentina. They're actually sending eggs intentionally, or is that propaganda from the humans?
I don't really know.
Probably aren't gonna be able to take hold on Earth that easily. It's probably better for desert planets.
Okay, so Florian, do you know the thing with the asteroid that hits? It's Buenos Aires. You know that it can't possibly have been sent by the bugs because they would have had to launch it millions of years ago.
Well,
because they're on the other side of the galaxy.
It's too bad that this is a science fiction movie where things happen this way, No,
but when have we ever seen them use FTL technology?
I was so happy that you would bring up this retarded argument again. I cannot believe that you would watch this movie and you would say, clearly the humans are the bad guys because light speed doesn't work. The bugs, they cannot heat asteroids to the level where they will fly at light speed, and therefore it was the humans. It was Bush who did Buenos Aires. Okay, I cannot believe that. You watched
Florian,
this movie.
We see it happen. What's her name? Carmen sets a course that's off the trajectory that they were originally plotting. She hits the asteroid. It destroys part of their bridge. Their communications are out, so they can't tell anyone that they inadvertently crashed into this thing and kind of changed its course. And then something hits Earth later on. We see it happen in the movie.
We actually see specifically that they say that the asteroid came out of the bug quarantine zone. They said that specifically in the movie. I don't know how you can think.
A lot of the things said in the movie, though, are propaganda that you're supposed to fall for with a lesser mind.
No, I'm talking about the pilots specifically say, that asteroid that literally just hit us, that we just flew into, that actually came out of the bug quarantine zone. They specifically said that.
It could just be an asteroid just moving through fucking space. It doesn't have to, even though it's coming from that area of space, does not mean it was launched by anything.
Yeah, what part of the war with the bug scenes made you think they're capable of doing this? These bugs don't seem that technologically advanced. They're more using their own biology as weapons. They don't really build weapons and shit.
They build weapons.
The best they have is the plasma shooting bugs that.
Yeah, and that's just part of the biology of the bug is that it can shoot a fucking plasma missile that blows up spaceships. No part of the story made me think they could operate an asteroid across hundreds of millions of light years.
Wow, I'm shocked.
What part of the movie made you think they could do that?
Florian, do they have ships? Do they have the ability to get onto spaceships or move asteroids?
They're literally living in fucking caves.
There is a way to show us this if that is what's happening. And they don't.
This is George W. Bush saying, "Oh yeah, those fucking primitive apes living in caves have weapons of mass destruction. Let's invade." Guess what? They fucking didn't. It was a trick to trick people like you.
Oh yeah, clearly. Like clearly these bugs are so peaceful they would have never done this.
No, but Florian, that's the point of fascism, is that we find an enemy, you make the entire point of everyone's existence to kill that enemy, and everything that goes on around that, before that, after that, it's all clearance so you can kill the enemy. Like, you let people, our own people, die in order to galvanize everyone else and say, we need to go kill that enemy. And that's how you get production started. That's how you get military warfare started, like military hardware started. Like, that's the entire economy of war, essentially, just taking off because they let a couple of our guys die.
And I want to say
the history of Western warfare. Well, I mean, basically any warfare.
Well, can we talk about fascism as portrayed in the movie? Because one of the big debates on Twitter is whether this movie...
I still want to defend this part, but sure.
You know what? I'll let Florian finish then, because the fascism thing's kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll get to the fascism, yeah. Okay, so, I mean, like, we specifically see constantly that the humans underestimate what the bugs can do, and, I mean, I know nobody else cares, but I love this franchise, and I've seen, like, most things that exist in it, and... like, especially in the sequels, they get better every time. They have crazy abilities. They have little bugs that go into your brain and then they possess you. They evolve so rapidly that they can turn their bodies into weapons. Like, they have suicide bombing roly-polies. They have scorpions that shoot lasers out of their tail.
That's just like adaptation to fight an enemy that is killing them en masse. Like.
And that's also not canon. It's not made by the same director.
Well, it's
I don't count the straight-to-DVD sequels as canon.
Well, he says it says Paul Verhoeven Productions in those movies. I don't know, man.
That might just be because he made the first one.
Yeah, like, Steven Spielberg's put his name on some dog shit before. He didn't make it.
I mean, I don't know how you can watch this movie and you're thinking that these bugs do not have the ability to do these things, you know? Like...
I mean, they're definitely fighting. They're definitely, like, going...
They're fighting back against the people invading their land.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want them to do?
The Mormons landed on their planet, and... yeah, the Mormons landed there. It's in the movie, dude.
Yeah, but they just spray themselves all over the galaxy. Like, you think that anywhere they go, we're just not allowed to fight them?
No, Florian, what you don't understand is that the beginning of this movie is a 1 year later flash forward, and then we go back in time. So when they're spreading themselves across the galaxy, I think it's after they were provoked. It's like after humans landed on...
Are you fucking serious right now, dude? Do you look at bugs and think, yes, they're spreading because we provoked them? Are you serious right now? You think they're not going to spread by themselves?
I mean, that's how animals work. Like, if you go into their territory and you're not prepared, they will kill you. Like, that's
Wait,
just how
did
it
I
works.
miss this? Were these bugs interplanetary? I thought they were all on one planet.
They specifically show us the Mormon colony on a different planet than Clondathu, where the humans invaded them.
Do they? It all looked the same to me.
Yeah.
Like, they later on say that they're able to, like, make spore asteroids or whatever that then get sent off to other planets.
They are very interplanetary. There is a quarantine zone of solar systems that are infested with bugs.
But Florian, like, I think halfway across the galaxy, or the entire way across the galaxy, is a different ask than star systems or, like, solar systems that are within the neighborhood of Clondathu or wherever they're at. Like, one could have been within years. The other has to have been...
It's unclear how big the quarantine zone
hundreds of millions of years ago.
What? No, don't be silly.
In order for an asteroid without any kind of FTL...
Yeah, no, like, this is actually a movie. It doesn't work that way. Like,
what about the movie?
Look, we saw them going way out of our solar system and then get hit by the asteroid, which was not going at light speed, and then the asteroid hits Earth. Come on, man.
Florian, what about the movie is telling you they can move asteroids at faster than light speeds.
It's when the pilot said, "Oh, that asteroid came out of the bug quarantine zone." That's what
But
told me that.
it could just be an asteroid. It could
no, it was.
And also, Florian, just think for a single 30 seconds. Why do they not have the ability to destroy an asteroid coming right at Earth?
What? This level of scrutiny wouldn't work for anything else in any other movie.
It's basic shit, Florian.
It's not basic shit.
Yeah, we know every asteroid within 100 million miles of us right now. So how would they have not have fought off this one?
No, Florian. We specifically have blind spots that could kill us with asteroids.
Like Neji Hyuga?
It's something they let happen on Neji.
Look, we can't look at every asteroid. It would... they are not big, and they are not reflecting a lot of
anything. When anything would enter our solar system, I think we'd know, and we'd be scanning, especially if we're at war with a bug species or whatever.
Were they even at war? No, I don't think so. I think that was the start of the war.
No, because Florian, at the beginning of the movie, they're dissecting bugs.
That is true. Okay.
Florian, I beg you to look at the movie from a linear perspective. The beginning of the movie is not the beginning of the actual story. It's 1 year later when they're actually invading Klendathu.
So the bugs are basically the Fremen?
Yeah, I think
is this just
Casper
Dune again?
Van Diem Casper should just go into the bug society and become a bug and then lead them to destroy
is Casper Van Dien, is that the name of the actor who plays Johnny Rico?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes to the bug planet, don't worry. He's gonna become a bug.
Florian, there's cool bugs, there's brain bugs, there's the one that sucks your brains out, there's plasma spitting bugs. The bugs are so cool. I say just give in to the bugs.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Just
I bet you would deny our God-given right to exterminate these vermin.
It's gonna be better. It's gonna be better with the bugs. What have humans ever done for you? It's gonna be better.
Everything ever.
Okay, let's talk about fascism now. Florian, he might have convinced me because I was not paying enough attention to know that these bugs are interplanetary species, even though they have no abilities other than stabbing and brain sucking. I guess it makes sense. They can fucking magically take control of an asteroid. So maybe Florian's right. Maybe they did attack Buenos Aires.
If they can shoot their spores into space, they must have some kind of ability to do something like that.
I guess so.
The contention would be the faster than light thing, but I think that's just a plot hole because yeah, deal with it. In science fiction, things are faster than they are, okay?
The entire movie is setting up a fascist society that is misleading its population to essentially declare war and fight this entire species.
Except for not, because there's nothing that we see, there's nothing in the movie that tells us that this was misleading in any way. That we don't see any.
It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda, Florian.
Lie to us. Not a single broadcast lies to us. There's
Do you want to know more?
I sure would want to know more. There's not a single reporter that says, no, actually, that meteoroid, that was the bug.
Florian, within the talk show thing, when the one person is saying the bugs aren't intelligent, they're not able to do anything, fuck that, that's so stupid, and one person is even suggesting that there could be smart bugs, and they're just completely shooting it down.
Yeah, I mean, that was a theory. What, you think they're not allowed to discuss a theory? Do you think that's lying to us?
I mean, they're not. I think that Buenos Aires is apparently where Johnny Rico's parents come from. Yep. It's a lot of people there who protest against the military or don't like the way things are. It's a lot of non-citizen groups, and that's the place that gets destroyed. Because it's full of those people.
Got destroyed.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's full of those people.
They called in the Buster call to O'Hara and took those fuckers out.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I want to really dive deep now. Enough of this bickering about the fucking plot of the movie. Let's bicker about some deep themes that affect our lives, like fascism. Yep. And I think, as portrayed in the movie, fascism seems pretty fucking cool. And you know why? Because it's not being racist against any group of people.
Yeah, the only time someone is racist, it's that liberal father who says, Ratchkey, that's a silly name. Culture? No thanks.
I think, like, on the level of the human race, for humanity to be fascist against, like, a bug creature, like an alien monster, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Like, we don't like fascism now because it's let's kill all the Jews, let's kill all the cripples. But, like, when it's like all of humanity is the master race, no matter what color or creed or nationality, I think that's a beautiful thing. And I wish we lived in a world where humanity did have, like, an other that we could unite against. Because then, like, all world wars are over. We don't hate our neighbors anymore with the borders. It's just, like, all of humanity agrees we are the best and we need to unite against these bugs. So I think on that level, it's nice. The issue is that they're sacrificing human lives by the hundreds of thousands, just shipping them to get killed by these bugs. So, you know, there's a bit of an irony or like a lie behind the humanity is so great, so let's sacrifice millions of humans.
You see how Neil Patrick Harris treats the frontline infantry people, where it's like, yeah, we had to like get a bunch of you killed so we could do this operation.
Yeah, that's just like military tactics to him. Yeah, it's the strategy.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about his psychic powers. Like, this is a trope I'm getting sick of, where in the future, in Looper, in Dune, in this movie, humanity will evolve and some people will have psychic powers, and I just don't buy it. Like, that's not an evolutionary trait we will ever achieve. Think of something else.
I was trying to figure that out because I was trying to figure out how that interplays into like the whole fascism angle, and I think it's the idea of controlling people. No,
clearly the idea is that eugenics work, and we've made.
Oh, that's kind of the idea with Dune as well, right?
Yeah, Dune is entirely about
Well, it works for women in Dune, I guess.
Yeah. But go on, Florian. Tell me about how eugenics works. I want to hear more about this.
Well, clearly they have bred a psychic master race here, okay, and I don't know. I don't think that the Starship Troopers did anything wrong. I mean, I don't know if you can fight this war without risking a lot of humans' lives, you know. But I mean, there aren't that many of those happening. Okay, there's the suicide mission.
Wait, what?
Look, Clandassi was a disaster because they.
Florian,
ran
you do
on
realize, like,
intel.
when you start a war, when you provoke another side, everyone who dies, not only on your side fighting that side.
Too bad it was the bugs who started the war.
But everyone that the bugs
Sorry,
it wasn't the bugs.
No, it was the bugs who started the war.
I mean, do you believe that the Mormons landing
Those
on their
radical Mormons
entirely...
invaded their territory. You can't just fucking go. If you want to go start your own city in Israel, good fucking luck, Florian. They're gonna blow the shit out of you.
I'm pretty sure they'd let anyone from the West live in Israel pretty happily.
I doubt that.
Not sure about that.
What do you think ethno-state means?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's Christians there. I'm pretty sure the Christians have it better than the Arabs, than the Muslims.
I want to interview a Christian who lives in Israel. Let's hear about that.
See how they're being treated.
I mean, they're probably definitely being treated better than the Muslims, right?
I want to talk about this society because it's not a democracy. We've got citizens and we've got civilians, and the only way to earn the right to vote and become a citizen, I guess there's a few different ways, but one of them is military service, which is a fucking joke because 98% of these people like die on their first or second mission in the military. So it's like, who's even left alive to vote? And these very few people are obviously going to be biased in favor of the military because only they get to vote. So of course they're going to keep this shit going.
Well, we're seeing the worst parts of it, okay? We're seeing specifically the mobile infantry.
This is the only part of it. This is the entire thing.
That is plainly stupid, okay? It's not the most part of it. Like, okay, the mobile infantry is the majority, and they will be dying the most, okay? But you got the fleet and you got the intelligence. They got a pretty good chance of surviving. So if you just
Florian, did you see them get slaughtered? Like, the entire fleet is just like all like stationed right above the planet, and then all of those ships get blowed up. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was a specifically noteworthy event for how badly it went. And then there was an entire war that followed where I think the humans actually win. So I think it wasn't all that bad.
Do you see that throughout all of this, it's all of these people getting slaughtered at all times. It's instigated by us. It's like continued by us. It's like all of the normal people are the ones getting slaughtered, and then the people in the leadership, the people who like are running the war from afar, they all kind of just get to like be safe from home or be safe from wherever.
I guess this
and not have to
conversation
worry
is
about
pointless to have unless we decide we agree on who started the war.
Okay.
No, but like, do you not understand? This entire society is just existent to like protect and enrich the people at the top, and then everyone else is just cannon fodder, and the only point of the society is to kill bugs.
I mean, that's a valid point. I think there's nothing better in life than to kill
and then
the bugs.
The people.
I think that is the one mission that we can all agree on. And I don't see how they're being enriched by it. It's dangerous to everyone.
I mean, somebody has to be building the military like weapons of war. Somebody has to like be making money off of that. Do you like understand that?
Yeah, man, they must have made a lot of money when they fought the Nazis as well, you know?
Yeah, they absolutely did.
They fucking did.
Yeah, well, how could they? Such a crazy idea.
Yeah, you're not going to believe it, Florian, but some people were selling weapons to both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, pretty shocking. I have a question about the movie. You would think with how much they're churning through these young men to be killed on the battlefield, why do they require a license to have children? That seems counterproductive. Surely you want the poor people to be churning out as many little soldiers as possible.
Well, they're going for quality over quantity.
I feel like
that's the opposite of what they need. They need soldiers. Yeah. They need people.
Look, I really don't think it's that way. Okay, like if your entire idea of World War II is just the Normandy landing, then you would think so, yeah. But I'm pretty sure like the actual number of people who died isn't that big. Like
I'm talking about in this movie, though. You need a license to have children in the movie.
Well,
so,
yeah.
So why would they implement that if they want as many soldiers as possible?
Well, I mean,
it's possible that there was overpopulation before this. Like, there's any number of things that would say that. But now that they're churning through a bunch of people, they're probably going to encourage people to have more kids.
Look, they must have trillions of people at this point, and they lost 100,000 at Clondathu. Okay, it's no contest. They'll have enough soldiers. All right, don't worry.
I'm just saying, like, can you justify why they have a license? Like, you need a license to have children, Florian? Doesn't that seem counterproductive to exactly what we're talking about?
I mean, I think there's ways it could work.
I think before the point of this movie, there was probably overpopulation, or there was probably like some kind of like.
Is that why we're sending so many people just to be slaughtered by the bugs to churn out the population of Earth?
It's also partially that.
Well, that can't be it, because it'll be way more expensive to ship them away than to just feed them.
I mean, Florian, look around you. Look at the world we live in.
Yeah, it's a utopia, just like this movie, I guess.
Something else funny in the movie is looking at their like high school test scores. And the girl who gets a 97 in math, like her best career path is to become a pilot to fly these spaceships. And the guy who gets a 35 in math, he either becomes a soldier or goes to Harvard.
Yeah.
Like those are the two options if you get a 35 in math. Go to Harvard or become a soldier.
Well, I guess he was going to be on the football team, you know? I mean, that's pretty how it would be now.
Yeah, but it's just like going to Harvard in the future. Like, there's no point in even getting that kind of education. The whole society is just about killing bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she could have had a civilian career as well. Did it actually suggest fleet for her? Okay, I guess that makes sense.
I think that was her only way, like, to advance in any way. I got the sense. Like, essentially, if you don't have money, if you don't come from wealth in some way, like, the only way up is through the military.
Wow, was she specifically poor? Damn. I mean, I'm pretty sure she was very happy with her career, anyways. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of civilians that have good jobs too. I don't know how you can think not. Like, they have a society that looks pretty similar to ours, except for the schools are like closer to military schools. And
what do you think that engenders people to do, Florian?
I mean, if they
go into the military.
Although I wonder if this society even has that many older people left, because everybody like at the school is missing a hand, or like they're blind. Like, everybody has military injuries. Like, they barely made it back.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just fighting the bugs now, what these previous people were up to. Or, I mean, yeah, I have to wonder about that.
There's also that guy who says, "Oh yeah, the army made me the man I am today," and then it shows he doesn't have any legs.
He doesn't have legs.
But like, why is he in a fucking rolling office chair? Where's his wheelchair, for fuck's sake? How did he even get in this chair? He has no legs.
Maybe he can't afford a wheelchair.
Wait, what the fuck's going on?
Well, they put him there specifically to scare the new recruits, okay? So they know what's coming.
We've got a wheelchair for you. They give him an office chair.
Yeah, I don't know how he transports himself around. Maybe he has like a big paddle.
He just rows around the hallway.
He just gets like a robot suit after his shift is over, to carry him.
Hank from Breaking Bad shows up in the movie.
Hell yeah.
He does, yeah.
he
Clancy Brown's also in this movie.
He didn't make it to the final battle, did he?
Monkey, you know that Clancy Brown is
Mr. Krabs,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was he the drill instructor?
He's Zep. Is it Zep or Zep or something like that? He's the drill instructor, and then he gets like busted down to private, and like they're all like celebrating him, but it's like, dude, you have taken a huge like demotion.
Oh, he'll be fine. He captured the brain bug. He's gonna get promoted. He's gonna be great.
Oh, I love it when they finally capture the leader brain bug, and Barney Stinson goes over to psychically analyze it. It feels fear, and everybody starts clapping.
Yeah. You don't get the importance of this, okay?
Of course I do. That's why it's so funny.
Well, the bugs don't have any intelligence or survival instinct, right? But the brain bug is much closer to a human.
Well, it's like the queen, and all the other ones are kind of like the ant soldiers or whatever they call it, like the drones.
Yep. Warriors and drones.
And of course, when your enemy feels fear, like that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It means they can do it. They can wipe out this entire species.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hope in that. Oh, if this one's afraid, we can get the rest of them.
I mean, you should definitely get the rest of them. I mean, like, if they work like ants are constantly at war with each other, okay? Like, there's a Kurzgesagt video on it. It's crazy. They are way worse than us when it comes to waging war.
I've waged wars on ants in my house. I got plenty of poisonous traps set up for them.
Yeah, it's the only way. Yeah.
Florian, everything about this conversation says to me that you would be in the like Nazi uniforms at the end of this movie, absolutely prosecuting the worst war crimes against the bugs, and would feel perfectly good about it.
What do you mean?
What war crime? The bugs had it coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, for real. I can't believe that you're sympathizing with the bugs still. Jesus Christ. The war crimes. Wow. God forbid we fucking make this planet hospitable to actual life.
Kill them all. 100,000 dead Buenos Aires.
There was like 8 million dead in Buenos Aires.
Oh no, 100,000 was the...
Yeah, it was Clondasu.
The K.
First battle.
Big K.
Yep.
Do we have any other pressing issues from this? Because we do have Weekend Warrior waiting in the wings to review 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, there's just so much to delve into with this movie. Like, specifically, the book is about a society where they fight these bugs, But then the director of this movie hasn't read the book. He decided that it was a fascist book without having read it. And this movie is the result of that. And that's such an interesting premise.
Florian, he made a great movie out of it, so I don't see what the
he definitely did. There is no denying it. But it's funny to me how he like he said that he gave the fascists what they wanted, and he showed them how terrible their society would be. But to me, it seems that he has completely failed in this goal, because, like, for real, for fascists, this is great, right? But to
Florian,
normies, this is also great. This is a great movie, and the society is not that bad.
Florian, let's look at our main character, Johnny Rico. What happens to him through the course of this movie? He starts off with a promising career, trying to get to Harvard, trying to have a professional career. He's got a girlfriend that he loves, and the girlfriend is like convinces him to join the army.
Yeah, and philosophically, he was questioning his society. Like when he was in school, the teacher asked him, "What was like? How do you feel about the difference between a civilian and a citizen?" And he was kind of unsure and uneasy about it. But then at the end, he's like the face of the military, and like he's now in charge of like a bunch of fresh-faced kids who were just him like 1 year ago. And now he's sending them all to die.
So Florian, like someone dies under his command in a live fire exercise. He's pretty fucked up about that, but then the bugs attack Buenos Aires. It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't.
It sucks to be that guy who died in
he told him to take off his helmet, and that killed him.
I mean, he was like, the helmet wouldn't have saved him. It went from below. Like, it would have gone in his head anyways.
Okay, but the point is, you saw someone die. You should be a little bit more traumatized than, I guess. Luckily, the bugs attacked, and he can focus all of his shitty feelings onto that. He does not have his girlfriend anymore. She's kind of joined the fleet, and
she wants to fuck her pilot instructor instead, and she breaks up with him over video call.
Yep, and then it ends the movie, and he's leading a bunch of people who, just like Mumkey said, are about like him minus 1 year to probably die in a bug battle. So that's what happened to our main character. Is he better off at the end of this movie to you?
I mean, what do you think that, like, do you think when you see a movie where there's like someone fighting the good fight, and then you're just like, man, that guy should have just given up. Like, that was pointless. Why'd he do the right thing, man? Like, Jesus, doesn't he see how bad this is for his life? Oh my God, he could die at any time. I can't believe he went in and saved those people from the terrorists. Man, what an idiot. Like,
the good fight.
This is your argument.
The good fight is a lie, Florian.
Well, no, it is.
You're going to waste your life.
The bugs are pure evil. Like, they are so horrible. You're going to waste
your life fighting for some fascist fuck who's richer than you, was born in a better situation than you, and will never see the consequences of that. He was born rich, but he was certainly talked into joining the military there. Well, because the entire society, because the entire society around him pushes people into joining that military. Maybe it's because you're not from the U.S., so you don't see this shit all the time.
It's a good fight. Yeah, it's not. I'm actually from a country where people do their part. We actually have military service here. I actually went to the army, okay? Like, these are actual things that happen, and that young man sometimes need to do, okay?
But
sometimes
if you were in the world of this movie, would you have enlisted alongside Johnny Rico?
I mean, I sure would hope for military intelligence, you know?
So it's okay when those millions of soldiers die, just not me, right? Like, you're not really putting yourself in their shoes, and that's why I think you're detached from the issue here, which is we're sending real human beings to be fucking slaughtered by the hundreds of thousands.
I mean, it was a mistake. Come on, man.
Like, just an honest mistake that leaves billions of people dead.
You cannot be okay with sending boots on the ground unless you're willing to be wearing some of the boots. Like, you can, if you're just like the guy up in the ivory tower send the soldiers, I'll be fine, then go fuck yourself. Like, you have to be willing to do it.
I probably would have gone fight when I was that age, sure.
So we would not have a podcast now. You would be dead.
I mean, it's pretty unlikely. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the military survived, like the entire war.
No, they didn't. There is a point halfway through this movie where I thought something revolutionary was happening, because like exactly halfway through the movie, all of our main characters fucking are killed. And I'm like, wow, what a fucking film. Like, halfway through, they killed the main characters. What are they going to do for the next half? And then, it was fake out deaths for both of them. Okay, fuck you, movie. Stupid. Like, you could it would have been such a powerful message for this, like, anti-war, anti-fascist movie to have these characters literally fucking die halfway through when the spaceship gets blown up and when an alien's attacking him. They should be dead. That sucked. Like, come on.
Yeah, and what's the movie then?
That's what I wanted to know.
Well, we don't get those kind of stories because they'd be boring. Like, you just got...
I don't think it would be boring. I think that's the most interesting thing they could have done, is to kill off the main characters halfway through this anti-war movie.
Doesn't that happen in The Hurt Locker or something? Like I'm sure there are war movies where guy's entire squad is killed and he's like the lone survivor of it. I mean, he has to grapple with that. I
mean, this guy is kind of the lone survivor of at least one squad, right?
The only movie that comes to mind that had the balls to do that is The Place Beyond the Pines. But it's the only one I can think of.
Movie.
What, so they die halfway through, and what's the rest of the movie about?
His son?
I was say, you kind of have to, like, shift the attention or shift gears to a different thing after that.
Well, you see, that's exactly one thing of... That was relating to the point that I was making, that this is not that movie. Like, this is a movie where we fight bugs and we kill bugs, okay? This is not a movie where man is in the wrong. This isn't a movie where it's uncertain what's right or wrong. Like, all the director did was he just made the good guys wear Nazi uniforms. That's all. But they're still the good guys. Okay? Like, nothing we see in this movie. Nothing we see in this movie is evil from the humans, okay?
Florian, when I make the Schindler's List remake, but they're like gassing bugs the entire time, are you going to be like clapping, and the Ray Fiennes character could be like, "Oh, I loved him. I want to be him one day."
Yeah, well, and the bugs have like no intelligence. Yeah, okay, that's fine with me. They gas literal bugs, right? They're not person bugs, right?
We should re-edit the Zone of Interest, but it's the sound of like those electric lanterns that zap bugs.
Yeah.
Just like you hear a fly, then zip, zap.
I mean, Florian, at the end of this movie, they say they're afraid. Do you think that it's possible that the entire time they have some kind of...
They specifically found one bug who is able to feel a self-preservation instinct.
Do you think it's possible they have a hive mind of some kind?
Well, yeah, but there's only very few brain bugs. Like, we can take the brain bugs and we can put them in prison, okay? We don't have to kill them, all right? in fact,
why not?
This is literally what this movie's about. They capture the brain bug. They don't kill the one person bug that they find.
I mean,
right?
it looks like they're gonna fucking dissect it and destroy it.
Well, they're going to use the brain bug to find out how to win the war, I thought.
Like the brain bug is specifically alive in Starship Troopers 3, okay?
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Well, we're talking about this movie where they're like, they censor it because they're like basically dissecting it.
Yeah, that's another thing we haven't really touched on, is that this director, he also did it in RoboCop, where he loves doing these comedic world-building vignettes that it really reminds me of like the classic best episodes of The Simpsons, where it'll just cut to like, let's see what random people in town are doing with today's episode's topic, and like just a quick little joke and move on to the next one. And there's so much stuff like that in here, of just like the news segments and the advertisements on what I assume is like future internet.
The soldiers coming to school and giving kids guns and like passing out bullets to all of them. Would you like to know more?
Yeah, those kids definitely wanted to know more. They were
Florian, you would click on every single one of those. You'd be like, yes, I would like to know more.
Yeah, this is way better than YouTube, man. Give me propaganda all day, man. I can't wait to learn more about these bugs, you know?
Florian, can you film a video of yourself stomping on a cockroach or something?
I would never harm a cockroach, okay?
Wow!
Yeah, I actually really like bugs that don't have the capability of killing us, you know?
This is the hugest twist in this entire episode, is that
he would not kill a real bug.
Okay with bugs. He wouldn't kill a real bug, but
I got like several videos on my phone where I just filmed bugs, you know, crawling along the way.
Inside of your home?
No.
Oh.
I found a really big one. I don't know. What's up with that?
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Huge butt. Could have been like one of those plasma bugs.
Do you guys have anything you want to plug before we get Weekend in here?
Well, watch my Megamind 2 review that I released on my channel, Anti-Reviews, everyone.
I guess
Hey.
I should watch that review. How did you like Megamind 2? It looked
It was not
actually
really a
a
review.
podcast.
It was a long
I
podcast.
misspoke. But yeah,
okay.
it was terrible, kind of. I could still enjoy it, but it was really so bad compared to the first one.
It looked so much worse than the first one, and the first one came out in, what, 2010 or
Oh,
something?
you could not believe how bad it is. It was like bad jokes like the entire time. There's no break.
Mhm.
And all the characters are so stupid and, and so flat.
It's got to be
Incredible.
really bad if it's a children's cartoon film that even Florian hates.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
next level bad
spectacular.
cartoon. When
I mean,
you guys,
I still
you guys
watched it
evidently,
twice and then the show, but yeah.
you guys said you reviewed Starship Troopers on Erich's channel years ago. Do you remember if the conversation
A while ago.
was it the exact same conversation? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And
I think I was definitely trying to push the bug ways onto everyone.
I'm still trying to convince you that this asteroid is real. I think the evidence is there in this movie, but no.
Well, let us know in the comments who was right.
Florian denying that false flags happen. It never happens.
Like the director didn't have the single solitary ball it would have taken to make like one of the dissenters say that asteroid couldn't have happened. None of them said that. They said no, we should let the bugs be, despite the fact that they're horrible nightmare creatures. But they didn't say they didn't launch the asteroid. Okay, there's nobody ever questioning the asteroid. All right, so this conspiracy theory is insane to me.
Governments never mislead their people. The Gulf of Tonkin didn't happen. Lusitania didn't happen.
If you're gonna make a movie questioning this government and then you don't bring the key piece of evidence, then you haven't questioned this government, okay?
Erich, you want to plug anything?
You can find me on Twitter at TZARREVAN, and then on Letterboxd at Revan1138. Go hit me up there. I just watched some shitty Disney movies from the late 50s. I'm going through every Disney Plus movie that's on there. Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
Because it's there.
That's how I see it.
You could join Florian on his new podcast.
Yeah,
He wants to review every episode of Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. How long is that going to take you?
He's going to do
I
one
think-
episode a day every day for the rest of his life.
Okay.
It's gonna take a year, I guess. There's an episode of Big Bang Theory for every day in the year, right?
There can't be over 300 of those, can there?
Oh, there's probably.
Oh.
Pretty short life then. You've only got like
It can't be. That show went on for what, 15 years? 15 times
Yeah,
about 20?
but
Well,
even
it had
15 times
13
20 is only a couple
13
hundred.
seasons, I think. 12 seasons, all right.
Okay, and how many episodes total?
Is it like 24 or 26?
Where's IMDb? There it is.
Florian's lost.
I'm looking it up.
And there's been 6 seasons.
280.
280.
There's been 6 seasons of Young Sheldon or something?
Okay, folks, we'll see you next time.
Big Sheldon, everyone.